lag of 700 to compare with the one that we got before. You will see when I am able to plot it. You know, it's not like the one of the Po River. There is something, because there is no periodicity here. And of course, because in the series that I generated, there is no periodicity. So you see already a potential problem. The potential problem is that we have to be able to reproduce the seasonality in this series. And otherwise it's a problem. Now, let me just show you. We spoke about stationarity and the need for phi1 to be lower than 0, lower than 1 in absolute value. Let me show you what happens if I generate x by using 1.3 as, let me use 1.5 because so I exaggerate the effect, as autoregressive coefficient, which means that the model is not stationary. And let's look at the plot of x now. Let me close this. It's too high. It's indeed not stationary, but you know, with an exponent of plus, let me try to redo it with 1.1. Still, because let me. Again, you see that indeed it's not stationary, but 1.05. Yeah, it's still. Let me plot it by limiting to the first one, the first 1800. 800. Anyways, it's still non-stationary, as you see. It becomes negative and increases. Let me just to try to plot from 1 to 20. I think it should be enough to see. Yeah, you see that it starts decreasing, and it's always decreasing. And I just crossed 1.05 I used. Now let me redo the simulation. You see that indeed there is a huge difference when you use a non-stationary coefficient. Now let me just show you what happens if instead I put 0.99999. This is a limiting situation. Okay, you see that still it's a limiting situation. It's clearly non-stationary, but if we plotted not limited to 1000, but to a longer time series, then probably we would get a decrease of this cycle. The effect is basically that you trigger very long-term cycles in the series. And maybe that we can get, sorry, close this, we can get let me just put this one like this, and you see that in this case we should see, yeah, you see that now it looks more stationary, even if you see that there are long-term cycles. Okay, now of course we still don't know how to estimate the parameters, and we have identified two parameters, the variance of standard deviation variance of epsilon and phi1. So tomorrow we will move forward. Okay. I just stay here a couple of seconds because I want to try again to connect the PC to the projector with plug and play. Otherwise, if I try at the beginning of the lecture, it takes too much time. Bye-bye.